Okay, so I'm here where I left off. Um, First, I'm going to do some housekeeping. The first issue that I encounter when I try to test this offline is that we had two extra L's here, negative L's. I deleted one of them. The second issue is that I just had Tapjoy install, and I needed it to have the full name plugin underscore Tapjoy install for this to work. Now, to get this working, um, oh, I also have another issue. We also had another issue is that under the Corona folder, native plugins, iPhone, the Tapjoy folder, I had left Corona Labs when I made the copy. So I had to switch that back to Cabagomez. Okay, so this is the project that we had in the apps folder. This is the Tapjoy project, and I had to add a few libraries that that the that Tapjoy required, and I'm going to add these libraries to the JSON file when I submit it as a plugin. But just for testing right now, I added, I think we could go and see that on the Tapjoy page. Although it's not working. Well, so basically I came in here and went into the General tab, and under Frameworks, I went to the bottom, and I just found the frameworks that they needed. I typed them in here, and then I clicked and added them. The other thing I did offline is because I don't want to share my key. I'm using the load save module from Rob Miracle, I think his name is, and I stored my key, and then I'm just pulling it up from the database and calling the function that we made to begin with just the key. There was one other change that I want to go over that I had to do to make this work, and it was in the plugin. Remember when I did this here, I was using 32-bit Unicode. Tapjoy didn't like that, so I had to use ASCII 2-string. And I want to go through the process if you have to make a change. I added an NSLog to see what Tapjoy was receiving. So it's getting an error that the key was incorrect. When you need to make a change, this is the plugin project. You just hit the button, it builds, and it says build successful. And then I go show in Finder, and here's where it builds. And I click copy. And then I go to the folder where we put the library, and I just paste it in there. And here was the old one that we built in the video. And with the change now, switching the encoding to ASCII, it's here. That's pretty much it. That's all I did offline. So if you're running, well, the actual project, if you're running, now here's a couple of things. Normally, if you build the plugin for the simulator, for the emulator, you could run it inside Xcode and see it working. In my machine, cannot run the iOS emulator, so it doesn't work. So I'm pushing it to my iPhone, and we're just gonna see the logs. There's actually nothing to see on the phone anyhow because it's just a blank screen, and you know, as you see in the code here, all we're doing is calling the Tapjoy Connect. So build succeeded. And if you look at my phone, the icon just blinked. If you could look at my phone, and it just launched, so we should start getting the log entries in here. And I just saw the Corona logo pop up. I don't know why I'm not getting any output at the moment. Let's try that again. Usually it doesn't take that long. As I said before, my machine is very, very slow. Oh, but it did run before. So you can see right here, if we go to the top, you see the Tapjoy request, and then you see connection success with type 0, and it's requesting placement, but there's no way to show the placements because our plugin does not do that. And now, if we go down to the bottom, I might have to quit Xcode so that I can scroll faster. You'll see the register of the install and the sessions at the bottom once this quits. Wait. So you see this was the install, 1329, and then this is the first install that I did off camera, and these are the 2 session starts since then, and that's my iPhone 7. So hopefully this series was useful. The next video, which I don't know when it will be, I am going to offline make modifications to the plugin, and I'm going to show you the steps you need to make to submit this plugin to the marketplace. I'm not gonna have a video about those changes because I don't want to complicate it. But what I'm gonna try to do is just have one method init where you send the listener and the key and the isDebug in one table. And maybe once I do the Android portion of these videos, I'll go back and have some videos where I show you how to get values from a table and how to populate a table and send it back in an event. But the next video would just be about getting the iOS version up into the marketplace because I actually need this plugin for Quadros. In any case, I hope this series was useful. And as I said before, if making plugins is mission critical for your business and you could afford it, I would definitely consider getting support, one of those support contracts from Corona.